watch that. Watch this.
Well, what do you mean by this? Oh, well, this is my channel. Welcome to it. And if you guys do really enjoy it, you can go in, you can click the share button. That really, really helps the algorithm. Go to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I don't even know what the crap that is. Reddit, all the stuff. So if you do love that, we also have a join button. You go in, you click the little join button. $4.99 a month. You get all the cool, awesome emojis. Now, enjoy the video. We have a Star Trek clickbait article to talk about. And yeah, if I could snap this whole series out of existence, I would. Hello everyone, I am still MechaRandom42, and we are on the road to 60k subscribers, so...
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
Well, I mean, if you can dish it, as long as you can be willing to take it, I suppose. Now, I do normally poo-poo and disbelieve many of the Star Trek rumors that I hear and see, you know, like the ones about Alex Kurtzman being fired, which I said is probably never, ever going to happen as long as he has his little tendrils in it. And, you know, the ones that people often misquote me as saying, but, you know, here's the type of article people want me to talk about, and the positive way to try and promote Star Trek Discovery, which I don't believe in, and I don't believe should be promoted in any sense of the word or way, shape, form, any of that, because Star Trek Discovery is still missing the mark on what made Star Trek good.
Don't give me the Star Trek crap. It's too early in the morning.
Yeah, what he said. So, when I see these entirely clickbait articles to, how they word this, could feature a Star Trek crossover no one saw coming. So where does your mind go to that? Well, it makes you think that you're going to get something like, oh, they're going to cross over Discovery and Picard because they just have that stuff lying around, or they're going to cross it over into the movies or the actual TV shows at some point instead of the retconned universe of the Secret Hideout license. So it's just a dumb clickbait article here, but we'll get into it, and I gotta rant for a second. The Discovery Season 3 crossover that nobody cared about coming. Nobody cared about it. Nobody cared about it. Who sounds like she's 5 years old? Somebody. Oh, Bree. The Bree... We always get Bree bombed on here. It's okay. It's okay. She loves us and is obsessed with my channel and watches it all the time. Because why else would I get her fans and her marketing accounts talking to me constantly? So here we go. Takes place 930 years after Season 2 because they had to scramble and send them all into the future as a, you know, as a way of really expressing the fact that they couldn't find a way to actually connect it to canon without coming in and throwing a temper tantrum and saying, fine, we'll just throw it into the future and we'll never hear of it ever again. And just never mention her again. No, never mention Michael Burnham ever again. And wham. And that's how they fixed all the canon and continuity errors and all that good stuff in Star Trek Discovery that, you know, the Star Trek fans were complaining about, but the Discovery fans loved. Two different audiences, by the way, if you're brand new to Star Trek or my channel. 930 years after Season 2, that means, in theory, the crew shouldn't encounter anyone from Trek canon who wasn't already on the ship or a fellow time traveler. The year is 3187. So, you know, can we get Daniels come in and say, oh, you guys really messed up the timeline. Let's fix that. And, or Q, you know, have somebody just come in and just snap Michael Burnham out of existence for all eternity. That would be great. That would be really wonderful because she is the destroyer of pretty much everything Star Trek. She is the antithesis of Star Trek. She is not what Starfleet is all about. You know, Starfleet was all about promoting people through merit and working together instead of these insufferable characters who are pretty much horrible to everybody they work with. So far past most Trek canon that Discovery Season 3 is essentially a sequel of all of the Star Trek up to this point. No, only the ones in that universe. Everyone involved with the show, including star Sonequa Martin Green, has pointed out his time travel jump will give the new season a clean slate. So this is how many reboots? How many reboots has it had? Or because we had the first episode that dropped on CBS for free, Battle of the Binary Stars, and then we had the second episode, which was the Vulcan Hello, I believe. that rebooted the series onto CBS All Access that you're supposed to drop money on and go and purchase. Then they had the reboot where Michael Burnham's character we finally actually saw the ship that they named the show after. This is a good indication of how not Star Trek this show is. They named the show Discovery, and then we finally see the ship that they've named the show after in episode 3. Episode 3, they finally see the ship that they named the show after in episode 3. That's all you need to know right there, that where their priorities are, where their focus is, where they want to go with this, is they don't even know. I gotta catch my breath here. I'm just yelling, and I don't want to yell constantly. Does that mean we won't see anyone from the expansive Trek universe? Could legacy characters who aren't time travelers, like Q, still cross over in Discovery? Oh, yeah, they could if the price is right, and if he needs to work enough. I mean, he was taking cash only when we met him at Star Trek Las Vegas, so I don't see that being outside the realm of possibility. It won't fix anything in my eyes, though. They aren't going to do what I tell them to do and have him say, yeah, you failed, and then just snap it into normal Star Trek. They won't do that. Based on the 2019 New York Comic-Con trailer for Discovery Season 3, we already know several classic... Yeah, we got a trailer in 2019. And it's already October 2020 when they're now finally going to air. That means that all of our rumors of reshoots were probably true. And I've seen Trek marketing accounts in my thread for days, meaning that these new rumors might have a lick of truth to them that we've been hearing. And I'll link that right up here. Maybe just a little lick of truth. We already know several alien races will return, like the Andorians and the Trill. Well, the Andorians look wrong, and the Trill. The Andorians aren't even... So we already know from the trailer that they're coming back. We already see them. Why are you giving me a clickbait article? There are two kinds of Trill, joined and not joined. We know that. The Trill carry a symbiont. They call it symbiont. And Stargate explained it a little bit better, that the aliens come in and they attach themselves to your spinal cord and then they take over your personality, and that's the Goa'uld. They explained it a lot better. In Star Trek, they had a couple of different ways to explain it. They explained it one way very early, that the symbiont is the personality, and then they kind of leaned into more it being a recorder of memories. So it was basically like just a brain that got stuck in somebody's belly, but they still had their free will and their decisions and their own personality, but they still had echoes of the previous hosts. Jadzia still liked Klingon culture a lot because Curzon liked Klingon culture. And you still had that. So they still had the memories and the experiences. And thank you for being a sponsor. I really appreciate it. Greg Kirby. It's a channel member. I don't know how old this is. This might be an old thing popping up. Sometimes Streamlabs does that. So what is this? You're just telling me that there's going to be Trill there. We already know. Discovery Season 3 future setting might not last until Season 4. Oh, yeah, there's another one. It might not last until Season 4. With Season 4 coming, here's the thing. They don't, there's no official this isn't an official announcement. This is one of those things that are there to test the waters, just to get the positive marketing accounts out there, or the people who follow them, because there's genuine fanboys and girls who get in Twitter threads who come in and say, oh, because this says Season 4 of Discovery, that means it's a thing. Well, I haven't heard any official announcements from CBS's Twitter. I haven't heard any official announcements from Hollywood Reporter, from Variety, from these sort of sites, from Deadline, the real site, because this is Inverse. This isn't this is a rumor site. This is about as credible as We Got This Covered, or Cosmic Book News. I mean, there are going to be some credible stories from time to time, but this is still to be treated like a rumor site. And all he says that he has some scripts for a new season. We've been running all of our writers' rooms on Zoom. So basically, what does the union have to say about that? Because you have to have specific people attached to specific things behind the scenes. And we've not seen any of this. We don't see any of we have writers and we have producers and directors slated for Season 4. So what I'm seeing, all I'm seeing is that, yeah, they're talking about what stories they might be writing at some point if they get renewed. But there's no renewal notice. There's no reason to think that it will be renewed anytime soon until we actually see specifically a tweet from one of the official, from Star Trek CBS's account, which I'm blocked by, or something from Variety. Give me something from Variety that tells me 100% we are on board for season 4. But where are you going to put it? CBS All Access is rebranding. They're not going to be around much longer. You have Emma Watts coming in from behind the scenes, coming in, trying to reassess what's going on with Star Trek. So what we have right now is Alex Kurtzman's people, his team, his PR people, probably his public relations firm, his own personal one, to come in and try and generate this fake positive buzz about a season 4 that isn't happening yet. Just so that he can go back and say, well, see, we have all these numbers. And I hope that Emma Watts is not gullible enough to be convinced of that. I hope she's as sharp as she appears to be. I hope she's as smart as she appears to be and won't see through and won't see these tricks for anything other than that. You know, we'll see through all of his little games, all of these little articles that are out there in support of Alex Kurtzman's Star Trek to give a fake positive, right? To prime the well, as it were. That's all these are. STD won't go away. Sounds right, Mecha Tommy Tierma says. If they were all go, would they be starting to promote it already? Yeah, if they actually had a season 4 on board, they would be telling us casting announcements. Because about this time last year, we had all these Discovery casting announcements. We had a lot of these. Like, I have the casting announcement for, they have I believe, 9 non-binary character is going to be, or an actor, I assume, actor, actress. I don't know what we refer to non-binary as, but a non-binary, crew member, I guess. Team member? Employee. Let's say this. Employee to the production coming in. Since that's their only qualification, is their label apparently anymore. So no, I think this is probably a bunch of BS just designed to give the false positives out there, just to give the Trek marketing accounts and bots and really hardcore fans who believe everything that the rumor sites tell them a little bit of something to chew on and talk about. And this is why I'm bombarded in my feed for days on end by these people who are so aggressive to insist that their TV show needs to be liked, or, you know, it's like, okay, I'm supposed to be silent if I don't like it. That's not how I work here. That's not my job as a consumer advocate, especially when it's something I'm passionate about, like Star Trek, especially when it's something that I actually give a crap about. So that's my assessment, that this is all just a bunch of PR and marketing spin, just to make it appear that Kurtzman is doing a better job than he actually is. I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere.